special guest. We have two segments for you tonight. We have the flag segment, and we have the 6-on-6 flag and touch segment.
Yep.
And the man all day from the AFC champion Bruins will be joining us in a little while. But right now, to my right and to Mike's left, Kevin Backrack of the well, you know what? I just call you Backrack.
He'll get away.
Everybody knows who I'm talking about, of the Shakers and of the Patriots. And he's going to join us tonight and just chime in on the games and the A game also.
Yeah.
So, Kev, thanks for coming down tonight and
my pleasure.
Taking part of it. You could have shaved for the occasion, but I guess you and McCarthy feel the same way about cosmetic treatment. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's start with the A game now. Kev, during the season, and I know you're a regular watcher of the show, we had said that the A-League had really lost a lot of luster. There were a lot of forfeits. The games weren't exciting. But I think the A-Championship game brought the A-League back to a new level.
That was an unbelievable game, right?
Did you get to see that game?
I watched it. 4 overtimes. That's how championship should go.
First time in history here in the league. 4 overtimes in a championship game.
Now Kevin plays not only for the Patriots, but he plays on the Shakers, who lost in the conference final to the All-Stars in a real tough beat. You lost your quarterback in that game.
Yep.
But you also have a little history. The score was in favor of the All-Stars, okay? Is that a little bit better to say it that way? In that game, again, you lost your quarterback, and that definitely hurt you towards the back end of the game. But you also played the Diablos during the regular season.
Yep.
The Canes Diablos, going into that game, what was your feeling about who was going to win and why?
If the Canes can stop Pete, Laguna, and Pomo, they have a shot. But that's everyone's case, right?
Easy.
You stop those three, you have a shot.
Those 3, you're not
Doesn't
really
have to be complicated.
But I think the Diablos peaked too early in the season. And the playoffs, when it's hard to beat a team twice, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the one thing I noticed about the Canes, and I said this last week when I picked the Canes to win it, right, Mike?
Yes, I know. I already had my humble pie at the field.
All right.
Trust me.
But the Canes now, in this championship game, suddenly remembered how to play offense.
They played great defense. But
they scored points, Mike.
Yeah.
They played defense throughout this entire run, am I correct?
Yes.
They shut the Diablos
out. 4 defenses
right,
in the
but
A-League
now
this
suddenly in the championship game, now we said that the All-Star defense is good.
Right.
You know, good, not
great.
great.
They played a great game, though. Both defenses.
You're in a championship game. That goes 4 overtimes. Of course you played a great game. But
Wally played a great game.
But my point is that the Canes on this run
Wally played great.
were playing great defense, and they were doing just enough on offense to win. Suddenly, the championship game, they pop up and score 26 points. Although it took 4 overtimes to do that. But they still scored points. They scored more points than you thought they would score.
Yes, they did. They scored as many points in overtime as they did during the regular game.
When you played the Canes, Kevin, when you played the Canes, did you think that Wally was slowing down a little bit? Did you get that impression that maybe he wasn't the same Wally anymore?
No, but I can see where you're getting it from is that, you know, he was so into I think he actually left our game early, if I remember right.
Oh, with you guys?
Yeah, I think he did. And it was a possession game, so.
Well, he stayed for the whole game this time.
Yeah, he did.
And he played really good in the championship game. Ball was out, on time, on target.
Yeah.
You know,
Earl had a great game.
You get the ball in Earl's hands
Earl
fast.
had a
that
great
stiff arm.
game with the playoffs, you know, and with that HOB game to get him in. That was a great touchdown at the end, and he played a great game.
Sealed both games.
Yeah, he sealed both games.
Well,
he had a couple picks. He had 2 touchdowns, I believe, in the finals. I think Earl was.
Well, I'll tell you somebody else who played a real good game, and he must have taken like 10-hour energy drink before the game. Pugh was running all over the field again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Now you didn't hear much about Pugh all season.
No.
But in this championship game, he was running wild.
We didn't hear much about Kane's offense all season.
Well, there wasn't much to talk about.
There wasn't really. I still don't understand.
I played with Pugh a couple times on a couple different teams. He's like an Energizer bunny.
Well, he had.
When it counts, Pugh is on. He's there.
Back right. I'm sorry. I know you play tight end sometimes too. Drop kick. I was thinking of kickers. See, chop kick, chop kick. But he was catching passes out of tight end position again.
Yeah.
You know the thing that the Canes used to do to teams.
Hey, it was all hands
They
on
brought
deck.
it all back.
They
in
needed
that
it.
championship
You
game.
know? They needed it. Everything in that game.
So
4 overtime.
The A-League shows your record don't matter.
I guess.
It don't.
I guess.
Yeah.
But they did bring back and they did play a great game. Gave everybody a great show. That tape was up one day, had 122 views in one day.
Yeah.
So there's a
everybody
lot.
wants to
Of,
see that.
I anticipate that having close to 400.
That'd be nice.
You know, yes, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Ka-ching, ka-ching. But congratulations to the Canes, the All-Stars again for the second year in a row.
They're knocking on the door, though, man.
Oh man, they're starting to get that enigma in championship games
I
now. You know,
know.
they're an enigma in a championship game. Things just don't go right for them
Yeah.
in a championship game.
Unless it's a
There's always-
6-on-6 game.
Well, that's another story. We
Yeah.
got the man all day waiting in the wings to comment on that.
Yeah.
But congratulations to the Canes. And we're going to break now for a quick spot from our friend Steve Sizzlin' Steaks.
Steve.
And you ever go to Steve Sizzlin' Steaks?
I can go for a steak right now, but
You
I've
go
never
for a
been
steak
there.
right now? We'll get you a couple of steaks
All
as
right.
a,
There
as
we
a
go.
consolation
Work it
prize.
out.
We'll be right back right after this message from Steve.
As restaurants come and go, it is rare to find an establishment like Steve's Sizzling Steaks. Steve's has focused on excellent food, comfortable ambiance, and a friendly staff. Times sure have changed since Steve's first opened their doors, but what hasn't changed is the family atmosphere that makes Steve's so special. Open 7 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Located at 620 Route 17 South in Carlstadt, New Jersey, or call 201-438-9677 for your reservation.
Okay, we're back now. Again, joining us, Kevin from the Shakers and the Patriots. And now we are going to slide over to the B Conference Finals that were held last Sunday in a conditions weren't really that horrible. You know, the rain kind of let up. The field was
Yeah, it
in
let
very
off right
good
before the
shape.
game started.
And the
pouring
ball was a little wet in the
Yep.
beginning of the game, but you know, the centers had towels.
Yeah.
They managed to get to it. So let's start with the Goons and the Warriors. Now, you have a great familiarity with the Goons and the Warriors, although they were not in your division. Goons and Warriors, who did you think was going to win that game?
I thought the Goons were going to win the game.
Yeah.
I just thought they had too many playmakers for the Warriors to match. And, you know,
I agree.
what's his name that plays quarterback over there?
Kenny.
Kenny, with the 15 yards behind the center.
Well, that's what he's famous for.
Hey, it works, though. I mean,
I mean, what are they?
This could be
1,
his
2
third
losses every year.
yeah, this could be. He's going for his
Yeah.
third.
Do you know he averages like 30 yards of completion, and 15 of those yards come from behind the line?
Yeah.
I know. For him to throw a 5-yard pass is a 20-yard pass.
Yeah, exactly right.
Hey, but it
Incredible.
works.
But I agreed with you, Kevin, for the same reasons. I thought the Goons just had too many guys.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, now the Warriors,
They're
played
always
hard.
there, though.
They played
Always
hard.
there. Yeah,
This
they're
is Big
always
Sean.
there.
I'm telling you, this guy's got more broken hearts in his ACFL career.
Except me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, really, I mean, they came close. They went for 2 for the tie.
They had to,
Didn't
yeah.
get it.
Oh.
But again, they fall short. And you know what? They're probably going to come back with the same team again in the
Same
fall.
team.
And unfortunately, he's been getting the same results. Good regular seasons, you get down to the nitty gritty, and they just
Yep.
can't get over that hump.
You know, they finally got the Express out of the division with them, so now they can take over. And now Kenny comes in. With
Express
the
may
Spartans
be
and
coming
the
back
Goons.
down.
Really?
Who knows? That's
Yeah,
the way
well,
it's looking.
I
Maybe.
tell you what, we've always said that the Express is the type of team that beats itself.
Yes.
If
They have all the talent.
if they play
have a lot
if they
of
play
talent.
great, they have a shot at winning.
Yeah.
But if they're less than great and they go into their routine,
Yeah. One thing goes wrong and they start losing it. They start yelling at each other a little too much. Yeah. It's a team
That's
game,
the way
man. You
it
gotta play
is.
as a team. You gotta stay together.
but no surprise,
cliche
no
statement.
surprise with the Goons winning that game.
No.
Warriors played hard. That was no surprise.
Nope.
But in the end, the Goons will be playing on the 12th,
The 12th.
for the
exactly.
championship. That'll be their second one in a row.
Yeah.
Right, second chip in a row.
Yep.
If they win it.
Yep.
If they win it. Okay. Now let's slide over to the other game. Well,
See what,
Yeah,
I don't know if
Kevin.
you got a chance to watch this game, Kev, or not, but
well,
It's not up
the
yet,
game
but I
is
just
not-
saw some
The
highlights.
game has not been posted yet, but a real heartbreaking game
Oh.
for you guys.
Yep. For sure.
The Hawkeyes, did they do anything different than what you guys expected.
If there's any team we know how to play against, it's the Hawkeyes.
I was going to say it's the Kodiaks because you kind of own them.
But every season we've been with the Hawkeyes. Kodiaks usually just do the spring, so we
Right.
played them more. The brothers, the quarterback and receiver, we knew going in, if we don't stop them, we don't have a chance. So we said we're going to bring pressure, and we're going to make sure we have eyes on the brother receiver, James. And, they were dropping high 20s, 30s every week. So
Yeah.
Well, I had said to Mike, after the Hawkeyes totally dismantled a team in Secaucus, so at the top of my head I don't remember who it was, but I said to Mike, maybe they peaked in week 6 or 5 or 6, because
I think it was the Bulldogs.
you hit a
Right.
stride,
I think it was.
you hit a stride, and then suddenly, we can't play any better, so you've got to come down the ladder a little bit. But I thought they might have peaked a little bit too soon, but they did what they had to do to get the game won.
Yeah, they've been squeaking through each of their playoff
Both
games.
gaps.
Yeah, they're squeaking through.
All right, so let's get to your game. Let's kind of break that game down a little bit. Okay. You had a touchdown called back on a holding play.
Yep.
Huge play.
Yep. Huge play. Came back to hurt us later, points-wise.
You gave a touchdown up on a 3rd and long. Quarterback ran in.
Yep, missed
for a
flags.
Touchdown, missed
Yep.
flags. I thought those 2 plays let the Hawkeyes stay in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, if those 2 plays don't happen, then this game's not close.
Right.
Because like any good team, if you know what the other team has to do up, they're going to toss the run.
Yep.
And they're going to toss the run if they're down 2 scores. They got to score and score quickly. They're going to go strictly passing. That didn't happen because of those 2 calls, the holding and the missed flags. Now, I want to take you back to that last drive, okay? And
Our
your
last drive?
Your last drive. And we've had a discussion about how that drive was run. McCarthy agreed with you because right now he's looking to win anything against me. Right now, his percentage against me in picks and everything else is way under 500.
I don't know about that.
He's got a winning percentage like the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
Now you guys started on your own side of the field in that last drive,
Yep.
right? I think it was off the score that put them ahead.
Yeah, I think we actually took a knee a yard before the 20 on purpose on the last drive. On the kickoff.
On your side of the field.
Yep.
On your side of the
We
field.
took a knee before it because
Okay.
nothing was there on the kickoff return, which was a good thing
Very
to
smart
do.
play.
Yeah.
Smart play.
And then we actually drew him off sides, then declined it because we said, let's
That's
get
right.
a shot.
You took the penalty and declined the yardage.
Yeah.
So let's start from that point, okay? So you get 2 first downs. The 20,
Yeah, one was on a 4th and long too.
Right,
and
one
we
was
got
a 4th and long, and you got now that play started to make the Hawkeyes think that they were in trouble.
Yeah,
you could
because
see
we were in a red zone at
you
that
could
point.
see the look on their face. So now they get that first down. They get to the 20, and they get their
Another
3rd
one.
first down of this drive.
Under 2
Meanwhile, the clock is running. The clock
Right.
is running. Now, what I maintain, and this is for you guys out there too, you're playing offense. You've got a good kicker waiting to come in a game and win it. But do you stop playing offense and just try to set the kicker up? In other words, Mike, if you're moving the ball,
Right.
okay, and I'm not saying you got to throw passes to the end zone on every play, or you
That's
got
what you had to do, though.
No, you didn't have to do that because the object is you ended up gaining only 5 yards from the 20. You're the kicker. Does 5 yards make that much of a difference to you?
No,
No,
not
okay.
in that area of the
So
field.
you kick,
More of a-
no, but
yeah,
wait,
the clock.
but wait,
Yeah, no.
but the clock's going to run regardless.
right,
If you
yeah.
run the ball wide,
Not on incomplete
there's a-
passes.
Yeah, but
Okay, but the other team's going to burn their timeout to stop the
They
clock
had-
anyway.
I'll give you a situation.
Go ahead, give me a
It was
situation.
under 2 minutes.
Oh, right.
They had 2 timeouts.
Okay.
Okay? We had 1st and goal.
First and goal.
I said we're going to run the ball twice, make them burn them.
Okay.
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 3rd down, run it again, bring it as low as we can. Okay? So now, yeah, we're running the ball. There's a chance a missed flag could happen. We could score. You don't know that. I got you.
But by the same token, you cannot sit here. You couldn't sit there at that game and tell me that you were 1,000% sure you were going to make that field goal.
I was 1,000% sure I was going to make that.
Okay. Well, you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is I like Kevin a lot. But go ahead,
I
Mike.
got to agree with that philosophy there because you got a good kicker. You got probably one of the best in the league.
Okay.
You know, who you're inside the 20. If you start throwing it,
You risk.
I'm not
risk
saying
the
you
drop.
have to throw it. I'm saying run outside.
My philosophy was I wanted to end the game right there,
What is the
not
biggest-
give
what-
them the ball
what is
back.
the
but
biggest
if you're
argument?
running outside or you're running up the middle, what's the difference?
What is the biggest argument about the prevent defense? What's the biggest argument?
It prevents you from winning.
Okay.
But that's the defense.
But you can play a prevent offense also.
I think when you're in that close and you're in your kicker's comfort zone right there, and they can do
All right, so
jam it up
it's
the
a
middle,
matter
make
of-
them
it's a
burn
matter of
2
opinion. Let's
timeouts.
leave
I
it at
think
that.
that's hey,
Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at
I'd
that.
say you're in the odd on that.
All right.
think you are wrong.
Okay, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it, no matter how ridiculous it might sound.
Goose has been my quarterback for years. He'll tell you inside the 20, he'd run out the clock and let me kick it.
Okay.
And that's coming from a guy that will go for it anytime. He'll let me
All
kick
right,
it.
well, listen. Look, it's your team. You do what you want. I just thought that you guys
I'll put money on
stop,
Goose would say that.
stop playing up.
No.
Okay, so now you're at 4th down from the 15. You come on the field. Okay,
on the
you
field.
come on the field to kick the game winner because you were down 2.
We're down
This
2.
would have been the game winner. And by the way, you were down 2 because the Hawkeyes missed the extra point on their go-ahead touchdown.
Both of them. They both
Yeah,
they
they
scored
missed both
twice.
of them.
Missed both extra
But
points.
the second one would have made the field goal an overtime game.
Right.
Yep.
So he came on now for the win. The snap was made. The kick was blocked. There was some controversy.
Some.
Still ongoing controversy. But again, you know, if a ref doesn't see a foul or doesn't see something happen, he cannot throw a flag on anticipation that it might have happened. It stinks. It's bad luck. But it happens in the NFL.
It does.
They have 12.
It does.
How many referees the NFL have on the field?
I'll say it right to the camera. Hawkeyes, you're a great team. You won, but the film won't lie. You had 2 guys come through the A-gap, black it right up the middle.
All right. So now that you got that off your chest.
Got it off my chest.
All right. Doesn't change.
But you know what? Go win the chip. Okay?
All right. Now you see
Take
that?
the goons.
That's good sportsmanship. That's good
You know,
sportsmanship.
rep your division.
But just know you got a Christmas gift.
Well, again, it's unfortunate for any
We're in
team.
a giving mood this season with the
Yeah, with the shaker.
with the shakers.
Well, so is MC, but he was giving out bad information.
Oh.
Yep. So why don't you tell us what you saw on film?
Well, again, I really can't comment on that because this
He's
is
laughing for a reason.
no because this is my show and I have to be as objective as I can. I have to respect the referees in the league. They don't have an easy job. They're hearing stuff all the time. They're going to miss a call. It happens. It happens in your game. It happens in everybody's game.
And we don't expect him to make every
The
call.
man all day is going to come on here and he's going to say there was a call missed in his game also. So it happens. But it's the human element. It's the human factor.
It is.
If you guys want 4 referees, are you willing to pay for 4 referees on the field? Of course not.
For playoffs, yeah.
You would be.
Yeah.
Well, then you're among the.
Yeah.
You're among
You know,
the-
and I get that. It's fine.
But it's a tough break. It's not great. I don't know when this game is going to be posted. We're waiting for
Soon.
league
I'm working on it.
authorization to release the game, and
We don't want to look at it
when
back.
it
We don't want to see it.
when it comes out, you know, again, it's not an easy job.
Every Patriot is going to fast forward right to the field goal.
Well, listen, who do you like now in this final game? Let's get that done. Let's get that. The Hawkeyes against the Goons. What do you think?
Personally, I'm rooting for the Hawkeyes, okay, because I respect them.
Right.
And I like them as a team, but if they can take away James, the receiver, it's going to be hard for them to beat the Goons.
Okay.
They could stop the quarterback and the one receiver on the Hawkeyes. The Goons
Who's
are,
got the edge on the D lines?
Probably the Goons.
Goons have the edge on
Yeah.
the D lines. O line. Now you want
Hawkeyes definitely have that. I think the Goons' offensive line, they don't have to do much.
Yeah.
He's 15 yards back. Sometimes if you watch their film, there's times they don't even block.
Yeah.
Ball's out.
What's the final score?
Well, Goons they're both gonna score. It's gonna be like they both don't kick, right? So
No.
like a 27-20.
27
Goons.
now. Okay, so you like the Goons.
Yeah.
What do the Hawkeyes have to do to win?
They got to find a way to sack the quarterback.
Get to the quarterback. And
They may be able to. They got some fast guys on
what
the
do the
defensive
Goons? What do
line.
the Goons have to do to win? Play their regular game, and you
They
think
got to stop the quarterback and receiver. I think Goons are going to score.
Yeah.
They're going to score.
Well,
It's can they stop the Hawkeyes?
Yeah.
All right, so you're.
I mean, Warriors put 24 on them.
Yes.
Hawkeyes offense is better than the Warriors offense.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. All right, so you call it 27-20. Shakers, are the Shakers coming back in the fall?
They might be, but I don't think it's going to be with Goose.
So the Goose is really looking to hang him up this time for real.
Yeah, he's having a kid any day now.
Hey,
God bless him. Congrats, Goose.
I know the Patriots will be back,
Yeah, they'll be back. We're always here.
All right.
and you'll be coming back with basically the same team.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll have
Do
some
a little
adjustments.
scouting around.
A little bit.
See,
Yeah.
your new quarterback looks very good.
Yeah. Shout out to him. His name is Ryan.
Ryan played a great game on
yeah.
Sunday.
He's a Willie P. All-American.
William Patterson All-American, huh?
Yeah, that's what you guys been missing, I think.
Yep.
Good
Changed our team.
Oh yeah, well you
Changed our
guys,
team.
were suffering
Yeah.
with your other quarterback.
Yeah.
This guy is huge.
All right.
He's a
Yeah.
young
Well, here we
guy's a
go.
big boy. Well,
6 weeks, we'll check them out.
you guys gonna be in any of the tournaments in August? You're gonna come
Possibly.
Yeah,
Possibly.
tune up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, Kev, thanks for coming by.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. Always a pleasure to see you. You're a good guy.
Yeah, man.
All right.
All right.
All right. So that's segment number 1. When we come back from this commercial break, it'll be the man all day of the conference champion Bruins, AFC, right? AFC?
AFC? Something like that.
NFC? He doesn't know either.
Call it the AFC.
All right, let's call it the AFC.
Maybe.
Okay, coming right at you now. It's time to get coiffed, Mike. Haircut time.
Haircut time.
All right, we'll be right back.
Are you in need of a new haircut? Tired of the same barbershop? Come to Sal's Barber Exclusive for our family experience. We have 45 years of business experience in haircutting. We offer the basic hair trimmings as well as stylings. No reservations, walk-ins only. Come on in and see Denise, Monica, and Sal. The number's 201-327-7037. 6 Church Street in Ramsey on the corner of Main and Church. Our hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8:30 to 6. Thursdays, 8:30 to 7:30, and Saturdays, 8 to 5. Closed on Mondays and Sundays. Come to Sal's Barber Exclusive.
And here we are with segment number 2. To my right, the man all day of the AFC Conference champion Bruins on the 6-on-6. And still here, despite being embarrassed and humiliated by me, is Mike McSee. Wow. Still here. So the man, how's the injury?
Listen, the injury will be all right. It was just a long night in Atlantic City drinking and had
So you
some
felt
battled,
like you broke your leg or
battled some
something?
cramps throughout the game there.
So you will be championship game eligible.
I will be there, ready to go.
Okay.
All right.
So let's start with the other game before we get to your game. Okay. I know that you were unable to see this game because you play on the Bruins and you're in another field.
I saw the video though.
But you saw the video.
Hell of a game.
Sam's Taxi Blazers. I picked them to win the game against the All-Stars. And the reason I did was that the All-Stars got to lose someday. I mean, that was really, and I thought Taxi Blazers could put up enough points to make it a game. And I said to Mike, I credit Titano so much for playing a 4-overtime game and then having to come back in another semifinal game that got into a battle like this. Were you? Did you give the Taxi Blazers a chance in this game, or did you think the All-Stars
I mean,
were going to win?
for me to pick against the All-Stars would always be tough, especially after our history with them. And being that, you know, the Sam Taxi Blazers, I don't like them very much. But listen, they have.
Well, he doesn't pull any punches, the man. That's why I want him down here.
They have probably this year the best receiving core, skill players in the
Yes,
league,
that was a consensus
hands
opinion.
down. The problem with that is that to beat the All-Stars, you got to stop them. Because Titano's going to find a way to score and score enough, you got to stop them.
Yeah.
And that's just, they just didn't stop them enough.
Well, I
think
tell
they had
you,
one stop.
The end of the game. Now, you're a player. You play. You're in a conference final game. You go in. You score a touchdown. You're 1 point behind. At that point, my feeling is you want to extend the game. You don't want to come down to we win or not situation, which would be the same thing if you missed the 1-point conversion.
Right.
But it's 5 yards versus 10. You want to extend the game into overtime. Do you think they made the right call going for 2?
I'm always a big guy going for 2. So I probably would have went for the win also. And when you're playing a team that's won that many games in a row, especially championship playoff games, you try and beat them.
Yeah.
You don't try and play for the tie. You're trying to win the game.
Okay, so you, in that situation, you would have done the same thing, Mike. I know you said you would have done
Yeah,
the
I
same
would have
thing.
too. I mean, because it really comes down to what do you have a better chance of doing? Getting the 2-point or stopping them? You know, what are they coming in?
Yeah,
for
but
the
it's
20?
not sudden death overtime. You're
No,
going
I
to get the
understand
ball,
that.
too.
I understand that, but yeah, I think All-Stars have a better chance that they're going to continuously do that from, what is it, the 20 they start from or something, right?
Right.
You know, then us, let's just go for it.
Yeah, but we called Sam's
but
Taxi Blaze. Wait a minute.
Okay.
We called Sam's Taxi Blazers probably the best offensive team
Yeah.
in 6-on-6 flag.
Yeah. They
No offense to you guys,
No, listen.
but we called them the best offensive
Yeah.
team. So now, if I got the best offensive team and I got a chance to extend the game,
But
I'm going to extend the game. I'm
But
going to trust my offense to be able to outscore them.
in that same vein, though, if you have the best offensive team, why not send the 3 best receivers out 10 yards instead of, hey, maybe there could be a pick, anything in overtime? So
Boy, there's a
Gotta
lot
trust your-
of Monday night coaching going
There
on
really
here.
is.
isn't
You
there?
got to trust your offense. If you think you're
Okay.
the best offense in the
All right.
league, you got to trust your offense.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so they
I mean, you
went
got
for the 2.
quarterback
Now,
that can run also. That kid's pretty quick.
I'm not saying they would have they would have gotten the 1 point. That's no guarantee either.
Right.
So I mean, 6 and 1, half dozen the other. It's just a matter of I would have liked if I'm the coach of the Blazers, I'm saying let's extend the game. You're the coach of the Blazers, you're saying let's go.
I'm
for the
saying
win.
let's go for it.
Go for the win.
Let's do
Fair
it.
enough.
Let's
Fair
get
enough.
it.
So
And that was a great play. Oh my God, that was such that hook and lateral that they ran to set
well, they're
them
famous
up.
for that. They've run that a few times
But,
this
I
year,
mean,
right?
Well,
Yeah.
just getting Barry the ball in spaces is what you want to
As
do.
a matter of fact,
about to say
as a
the
matter of
same
fact,
thing.
when we were talking about that game at the field and Wayne, you had mentioned
Yeah.
that they run that hook and ladder a lot,
Yeah.
and that the All Stars had to be aware of that play.
I mean, and if you watch that too, the guy that caught the ball, he had 3 all-star defenders around him. That was bad move right there. Barry got the ball.
That's it.
And
mean,
you're
lightning
right about
down.
the receivers on that team.
They
Yeah,
They got
very,
great. They
very
got
hot.
great receivers. You can't take that away from them.
knew.
Okay.
I think he's also one of the best quarterbacks too. I think they got one of the best quarterbacks in 6.
Yeah, you've been on the Blazer
I like that
quarterback.
guy. I like Jason a lot, man. I think he has a big arm, and when he runs, he's quick enough and he's shifty enough that he ran for a couple long
And
ones
he's
too.
19 years old.
He's still young. He's still young. He's
Yeah.
still young. That's the problem. Is he needs some experience still, but he's got some tools.
Okay, so let's get to your game now. Okay.
All right.
Now, again, the Bruins being in a conference final is not news at all.
Yeah.
I think, and I had made mention that your quarterback AJ had a great record in the playoffs because, frankly, to get to the amount of conference finals and finals, you had to win a lot of playoff games. He had to win a lot of, so he's playoff savvy. So
Yeah.
AJ is a playoff savvy
It
quarterback.
seems like last season was the first time you guys weren't in it.
Yeah, we played the All Stars in the semis, which is
Yeah.
pretty much
Right,
what it
because
comes
you were in
down
the same
to.
division.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We've only lost one time to anybody, I guess, in the last 6 seasons besides the All Stars. That was the
And
Breed
that
the
was
one year.
That was the year. That was the 1 year that you guys
Lost the Breed. Yep.
lost to the Breed. Okay, so now you come into this game against the team, the Bucks, who were not a high seed. You guys fully expected to be playing the Bears in this game, didn't you? Did you think the Bears were? I mean, I thought the Bears were.
I thought the Bears were going
I thought that was a very evenly matched game, to be honest.
You
The
did.
Bucks are. I mean, they got a lot of talent on that team. That team's
Yeah,
no.
that's-
And if that quarterback is on, I mean, he can throw the ball. I mean, it's a matter of him being consistent.
No,
And-
that's what's their name?
Cordero. It's Mikey and I don't know.
Mikey
the
and his
brother's
brother,
name.
that receiver that's really fast.
Right.
Mike K, I'll call him for lack of a better thing.
Cordasco, I think it is.
Cordasco, that's it. Very good. His brother's a quarterback, he's
Right.
a receiver. Cordasco, and he made.
Oh, yeah,
he
they
made
did.
a great catch in your game. I
Yep,
don't know if you've
great catch
seen
at the end of the
that.
game. Yeah, I didn't. The film's not up, but I saw the catch at the game. He made a great catch at the end of the
That's
game.
right. You're
Those are
not
few
playing that
catches.
game because of an injury that you talked about earlier. But okay, so now you're facing this team. You guys got to be feeling very confident going into this game, though.
We're feeling confident, but again, everybody's picking against us, no matter who we're playing.
Well, we didn't pick against you.
Yeah, but on the board you got
Well, I
everybody
didn't
saying.
pick against you, Mike. Did
you
you?
pick against
I
us?
picked the Bruins.
All right. Well, most of the season, we got to hear the Bears are better than us. We got to hear, the All Stars kill us every year.
Yeah, but you know
so.
why you hear that.
Well, because we lose in the finals every year.
That's why you hear that.
That's why you hear it. Which is all right with me.
But I got.
One of the better teams. People love to rip on.
But
them,
before
you
the
know?
game, I got shouted down by Chris, who, by the way, Chris and Ryan added a lot to your defense.
Chris.
Dobler.
Oh, Dabo, yes, absolutely.
Dabo and Ryan.
Yeah, the Orange Lantern
Also,
guys.
yeah,
Yep.
they added a
Oh, yeah,
lot
absolutely.
to your defense.
They add a
Remember?
motor aspect that we don't normally have
Well,
in,
I
in the
said
fall.
you guys this season. To me, whenever I saw film on you guys, it looked like you were playing with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder this
a
season.
little more
I don't
attitude
know.
than normal.
I don't know if that was because of Dauber and Ryan, that they brought that kind of like fire.
Listen, anytime that kid Ryan is on the field, he brings an energy level that I love.
Yeah.
That kid has got an absolute motor, and he doesn't stop. And when he makes a play, he lets everybody know, and I love it. Having that kid on the team, I love.
They gave us a shot because in the one game where I believe it was against the Lightning, you guys were going back and forth scoring points, and I mentioned that you had allowed a lot of points, which was surprising. Now, I never said your defense was weak or bad, but Dauber comes up to me before the game. What do you mean talking bad about our defense? Whoa!
He calls the defense, and listen, it's the second. He was with us last spring, and both years we've led the league in defense those two seasons, and he does a great job mixing it up for us.
So I believe and that's a big part why I think they play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Sometimes a team that's been together a long time needs something new, a little spot, a little shot, a little
shot, a little energy.
Well, we were a little sluggish the first two games of the season. The Justice League, I mean, pretty much had us on the ropes the second game of the season, where if it wasn't for a late play by us, with like no time left, they would have beat us.
They would have beat you.
So a lot of people don't know that, but they had us on. They should have won the game. They outplayed us the whole game.
Wow.
Absolutely. But we kind of had a little meeting after that and said, listen, we got to turn this around here and start playing.
Well, your game last Sunday, back and forth kind of game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the only difference going into the last 5 minutes of the game was an extra point, right?
Yeah, it was a 1 point game.
26-25.
It was a 1 point game, exactly. Now, what had happened was you guys, after they scored the tying touchdown, made the extra point to tie the game,
Yep.
you guys received the kickoff and a bad foul, a bad penalty by one of the guys, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Got you 15 yards tacked on to run. Now you're first and goal from about midfield. You take it down to the 2-yard line, fourth with a live blitz. So right there, I know you weren't in the huddle, but right now at that point you guys had to feel that okay, this is our game now.
Yeah.
To just win it now and let's go home.
Anytime you're 2 yards from the end zone and you have AJ playing quarterback, you're pretty confident that with his shifty hips, he's going to find a way into the end zone. He always finds a way to move those hips like I've never seen. So I was really pretty confident that we were going to get the score there.
But the confidence was falsely placed because the Bucs came up with a stop on 4th and 2. They came with the blitz. They kind of forced AJ into a quick pass, and they were able to knock the ball away. So now there's 47 seconds left in the game. They have the ball on the 2-yard line. What's your thinking on the sideline now? Just stop them and let's get to overtime?
Yeah, my thing is let's get a stop here, maybe force him to punt, and just take this thing to overtime and try and get a win there. But we came up, we made a big play.
Cordesco completes his first pass to the 20-yard line. Drops back on his second pass, and I looked at this film a lot, and I didn't see any blue jerseys in the vicinity. All I saw was yellow, and that was one of your defensive backs.
It goes back to saying, about with him is he's got great tools, and it's just about being consistent for him. He's got a tremendous arm.
Right.
He made one bad pass in that game
at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So it's always timing, Mike, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys take the ball at about the 22-yard line, and on the game-winning touchdown pass, unfortunately the defender slipped. But I believe that was because the move was so good that was put on him.
The kid AJ had a tremendous game in general.
Yeah. And I got to ask you about one guy in your team. We always talk about him a lot and have a lot of fun with him, Kornacki.
This guy,
does he have like a little switch in the back that you turn him on at the beginning of the game and then turn it off at the end?
Yeah.
Because he's always talking. I mean, he never stops talking.
He's got a
high energy.
He's got another high energy guy. Anytime you get him the ball off the line, he really he's deceptively fast, and he makes a lot of things happen. Out of the off the line there.
Okay. let's get to the 12th now. Once again, for I lost count.
I think it's the 6th time.
Yes,
Sixth time, you guys are playing the All-Stars for the chip. Now let me ask you something. Do you get tired of it?
Listen,
Get tired playing the All-Stars for the chip again?
I don't get tired of playing them because I want to beat them.
Right.
So you always want to play them and get that win, even though you've lost so many. So I don't get tired of it. I mean, I hope that to beat somebody else in the finals wouldn't be as great as to beat them in the finals.
So you want them?
Oh,
You
yeah,
want 'em in the
absolutely.
finals. Okay, because the scuttlebutt has already started.
Of course it
And
has.
they're bringing up the past histories.
Yeah, absolutely.
But let me ask you something.
They start
They've all
that
been relatively close games, right?
No. I mean, we've had a couple close 1-point games. I think it was a score, but they've blown us out a couple times, and it was not close.
Well, how big of a factor now? Now, this is the first time you're playing them in a chip game with Dauber and Ryan.
Second time.
Second time.
Yep.
Okay, so now,
Second spring in a row.
what are you guys thinking right now in terms of what do we got to do?
It's just
Are
not.
you going to switch some stuff up?
Nah, we're gonna keep doing what we've been doing all season. That's what we've been doing in the past when we get blown out. Is we try and overthink and change it up and try and do what we're not good at, and we're just gonna stay with what we know and what we do well, and we're gonna go with that.
Well, I'll tell you something. Luigi
looked
I heard
great out
Luigi
there, man.
came back, trimmed down. He's bouncing around again.
Yeah, he
Back
looked-
on
he
the
was pretty good
Motrin
out
or whatever
there.
the hell he takes.
I don't know.
He has pulled every muscle in his body.
Sure.
And then Bobby Lane. So these guys love to flare out off the line.
Yes.
I mean, that's the difference for them, in just in every game is that they just dominate up front. Whether it's blocking, whether it's catching off the line, they dominate off that
Two
line.
big guys on their line.
And when you
And-
give Titano that much time, and when you give them two weapons off the line that can catch and make plays themselves,
It makes it tough.
It makes it tough.
And that's why that's the secret to the All-Stars, I believe, because if you rush to Tano, those two guys are going to flare out.
And those are
If those two guys drop back, if your two linemen drop back, now you're giving Titano a half hour to look for a receiver.
And you got,
So-
6'8" Timmy out there, just hit, pew.
I just,
You know, so that's-
I don't envy you having to try to figure out a way to stop them, though.
Yeah.
I really don't.
You got to make it happen this year.
Well, I mean, so what's your feeling? You got to D them up, or you just got to outgun them?
Oh no, you got to get stops. I mean, I think with us the whole year, it's been our defense. It's been carrying us. So
Yeah.
I mean, going into this game, it's going to be trying to get stops. You can't go in trying to outgun them because, like I said, Titano will find a way to score. It's just going to be AJ's got to trust his legs, trust his arms, and then the defense has just got to come up with stops like they've been doing all year.
Well, you got to sit here now and listen. Now, we asked in the segment before you, we asked Kevin who he liked. We didn't put our predictions in for the finals. So you sit here a second because we're gonna do your prediction in the Goon game against the Hawkeyes. Who do you like?
That's a tough one.
See, right away he starts with.
I'm
the
just
bailout.
saying though, because
Always bailing out this guy. Bail.
my head says the Goons.
Your head
Everybody-
says
you
the
know what?
Goons.
Every time
You think with
I
your
pick-
head you get in trouble.
Yeah, but like every time I pick with Kenny, they
Uh.
lose every time because usually I go against them. I don't know what it is. Whenever I watch these guys, they don't look. To me, they're not like huge, flashy. They're not this. They just go out and win, and they usually beat up a lot of people too. It seems very ho hum about it. Maybe because he's so far back and it's just these quick, easy passes for him. But
You've seen Kenny from the
Yeah.
Goons play.
Yep.
These 20-yard dropbacks for the snap. 10,
It's deep.
15,
but yeah,
so come on,
I'm
let's
going
go.
Hawkeyes. I'm taking the Hawkeyes
Oh,
this year.
jeez. The
Going
man,
with the gut.
I know maybe you're not that close a follower of this stuff, but who do you like in that game? You watched the Hawkeyes play on
Hawkeyes
Sunday
defense
prior
looks
to your
really
game.
well.
What do you like?
I'm going to take the Hawkeyes just because I know one guy on the team went to college with them, so I'm going to go with them.
All right.
Okay, so that's a friendship angle, which I can
There we
buy.
go. I like it.
Your angle is I got to make a guess one way or another. Is that your angle?
No, I think the Hawkeyes defense is looking great this year. I think they've improved a lot. They're swarming a lot more. They're all over the place. You heard Kevin in here saying they got one of the best receivers in the B on that team. I'm taking them.
Okay. Now,
Again, I'm sure Kenny will prove me wrong, but I'm
Well-
going Hawkeyes.
I'm going Goons, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you talked about one receiver on the Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
One. Okay. How many receivers we talk about on the Goons?
Yeah.
The entire team. Okay. The Goons can run the ball. They've got Little Will running the ball for the Hawkeyes. I think that the Goons are bigger
Yeah.
up front, and I disagree with Kevin. I think the Goons are bigger on both sides of the line. Now, they got a very good line of Hawkeyes. They
Yeah.
do. They give their quarterback time, but he was on the
They're
run a
fast
lot
and
last
strong.
Sunday. Now, you were at that game. You saw the end of that game.
Yep.
The Hawkeye quarterback made a lot of throws on the run. A lot of
Patriots
throws on the run.
defense, though, is
And he's going to have to do that again.
Yeah.
Against a better defense. Well, I'm seeing that the Patriots played great D that day.
Right.
So they're going to face as good a D,
If not
better, on that day.
All right.
So I'm going Goons.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
It's close? Is it going to be a close one?
Touchdown.
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 All right.
All right. Let's go to the All-Stars and the Bruins. We have a Bruin
There we
here. Okay, of course we don't have to ask him who he likes in that
Yeah.
game. Because if we said the All-Stars, he wouldn't play Sunday.
Yeah. I'm going with the Bruins. I'm actually going to take the Bruins in this game. I love the way their defense is looking.
Smart man.
Watching them against the Bears and watching some of their games, like we've been saying, they're playing with attitude. They have that chip on their shoulder. Let's hope it ends up right. But I really think it's the Bruins here this year.
Who do you like?
I'm going to take the Bruins in the game.
Okay.
If you don't think you're going to win the game on Sunday, don't show
Yeah,
up.
don't
That's a good attitude. Okay. I'm going to give you my pick, but I'm going to do a little prerequisite with it.
There we go.
Okay,
Always.
prerequisite with this. There are no secrets between these two teams.
No.
Okay? They've been on the field against each other enough times to know what the other team can do.
Yeah.
To this date, the Bruins have not been able to stop what the All-Stars do. So, in my opinion, the only way the Bruins can win this game on Sunday or on the 12th is if they do something different. Because if they stay status quo, I mean, even with Dauber and even with Ryan, who were with the team last year,
Right.
okay, and they do bring a high energy level on defense, and you guys have been playing good defense this year, but it's going to be tough for you guys to win the game unless you do something different. If you stay status quo and do the same thing with the All-Stars, I don't see how the result can change. And so prove me wrong. Get out there and win the game. Good luck to you. Good luck to the All-Stars. I mean, everyone just wants to see a great game.
Yeah.
And then you guys give a great show all the time anyway. So all I can say is good luck. And McSee,
Yeah.
all right? You
Bruins.
Got the
baby.
Bruin bagway.
Bruin bandwagon. Now, he'll
That's
be
it.
there. Make sure you get some close-ups on Sunday of the man there in the huddle.
Oh, I
all right?
will.
Absolutely.
Now, is Frankie okay? Frankie looked like he got a little banged up in that game Sunday. Is he all
Frankie?
right?
Oh, Frankie was fine.
He was all right because it looked like he was limping around a little
Me and
bit.
Thurman are the only ones that were banged up. Thurman didn't play pretty much the entire second half either.
Yeah, I noticed that he was on the sideline.
Yeah, we need to get some good rest the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
It's nice to have that week
Got
off.
a week off.
It's
and
a
boom.
week off and go shoot off some firecrackers. And we'll be there on Sunday, pre-game. We'll be talking on the sidelines with maybe you and AJ again. And I think it's going to be a great game. But that's the way I feel about it. So, from Mike McSee, the man all day, thank you for joining us today.
No
You're a
problem.
good guy. Thanks for coming down. This is our next to last show. Our wrap-up show will be after the other two championship games, and we're probably going to have coach of the winning teams in for those games. So AJ might be here
Get him in.
after the next game, or we'll have Titano, and we'll go from there. But again, good luck to the teams on Sunday. For the teams that were eliminated last Sunday, you guys had great seasons to get to a final of any kind.
Yeah, this was a great playoff
and,
weekend. I mean,
have nothing to hang your heads about. So, good night from this week in the ACFL. See you next week.